How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Eastern Kentucky Fishing YouTube channel. Today we're back over at Longbow, Marina. Oh, dadgummit, I hooked the same thing yesterday. Darn it, man. Hey, at least I got my hook back. That must be a tree down there or something that's washed up. But we're back at Longbow. Guys, don't mind my cigarette. Kids, don't smoke, please. Please don't start smoking. Because if you get started, you won't want to quit. Take it from somebody who's been smoking for about 8 years. But we're back over at Longbow Marina again because, this is the best spot in my hometown. Bluegill, you're too small. Stay away from my bait. I caught a good sized bluegill here yesterday. There it goes. I swear to my Jesus. Good Lord, give me the strength not to hurt these fish. I won't hurt them. I seen that teen fisherman on YouTube last night. That is very disrespectful of what they're doing. If you're fishing for bass and you know that your rod and reel are not going to hold one, get a bigger reel. This rhino reel was a gift to me, years ago, and I lost it. I don't know whatever happened to it, and then they let somebody move in the barn down there at the house, and my buddy found it. Ooh, there's a bite. Are you going to take it or what? Let the big ones get it first, man. Not you little dinks. I'm trying to catch more fish, man. Freaking dinks, man, I swear. But yeah, we're back at Longbow. Got the trusty switchblade stringer for fish. I'm hoping to catch a drum this time. That's really what I want, is a drum. Dadgummit. Man. That was a good bite right there. Sorry, guys. If you see me jerking my head a lot, it's because I have what's known as Tourette syndrome. I physically cannot help it. So, pretty much my understanding of Tourette syndrome is overactive nerves in the brain. Pretty much is what I can sum up as Tourette syndrome, is the overactive nerves in your brain. I have had this since I was 12 years old. I physically cannot help it. Where's the big ones? Dadgummit. Man, I'm hoping to catch crappie this time if they'll bite. The bluegills get to the freaking worm before the crappie do. All the crappie, see, crappie love live bait. If they had dead minnows over there, like dead shiners, I would have bought them, but darn it, I just had to buy it. Man, if I keep this up, I'm going to lose all my worms. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for subscribing. I had a new subscriber, like 2 days ago. I want to thank you. I don't remember your name right off the top of my head, but I will link you in the description. Thank you for subscribing to the Eastern Kentucky Fishing YouTube channel and joining the Kentucky gang. Me and BTB Outdoors, I went on his live earlier. He said he's near my hometown, and we got to talking, so I'm going to link him in the description. Y'all go check out his channel. I will also leave a picture of his channel at the end of this video somewhere, if I can figure out how. I have a phone, so I can't do much editing, but I'm going to try to, get out as much content for you guys because, I know Thursday and Friday, tomorrow and Friday, I won't be able to fish because my dad has to go to the hospital to have x-rays done because they think he has a blood clot in his right hip, and it's making him lose all the muscle and function in his right leg from the hip down. He's already fell, 3 or 4 times, and I'm getting worried that if he don't get something done about it, he's going to lose his leg. Now, my dad is not one to give up. I know for one, he's not going to use a wheelchair, but enough of that. Just in case y'all were wondering why I wasn't putting out content, that's why. I'm going to try to get the kayak over here sometime. If this bridge was if the water was a little bit lower, I could take the kayak from my house and come up underneath this bridge, but the water is too high and there's too small of a gap. It's like that much of a gap between the water and the bridge. So I can't take my kayak from that side of the road under to here like I would normally do. Now, when the water starts going down, then I'll be able to. I'll put out more content. I'm trying to get that was a long nose gar. I'm trying to get a GoPro right now, or just a video camera. I had one off of Temu, but I don't know where it went. My brother lost it, I'm assuming. I'm assuming my brother lost it, because my dad put it up, I went and looked where he said, and it ain't there. But anyway, guys, just some tips for you all. Me personally, if I'm fishing for bluegill, I know how to fish from the bottom. Most of y'all don't. But if I'm fishing bluegill, I'll usually put a sinker about 3 inches above the hook, and then a bobber about 8 inches, about 5 more inches above the sinker. That way you have plenty of water. Depending on how deep the water is, you can adjust your bobber or whatever. But for me, I'm free-lining my worm right now, just letting it sit. And I'll know I have a bite when I see the end of my line in the water and the line starts going out towards the middle of the water. I'll know I have a bite. Or if my rod tip starts twitching, I'll know I have a bite. And for bass fishing, I like to stay around cover. Rock walls, trees, just fallen structure pretty much. Bass love that stuff. And bass, depending on what type of gear, like fast-moving baits. Now, I've caught, I think the biggest bass I ever caught was on a Bomber A. It was yellow with a black back and a black belly. Me and my dad put in down here at the lake by the house, and I threw it out all the way to the bottom, and not even 5 seconds after he hit the bottom, that bass hit. I think that bass was, no, the biggest bass I caught was at Bangor Boat Ramp in Round County. It was 3.5 pounds. I caught it on a bluegill type bait. It's a Z-Man bait, or a storm bait. It's the bluegills with a single hook on top and the treble on the bottom. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was trolling it around the side of the boat ramp, or the dock right there, and that big bass came out from underneath the dock and completely crushed it. But also, if I'm fishing for muskie, which I fish for muskie too, but if I'm fishing for muskie, I like to cover a lot of water. Like, a lot of water. Sorry, I was just making sure we were still recording. Because I have the front of my phone facing me instead of the back. That way I know, I can see you all. But I don't know if you all can hear me very good. Man, what happened to the bite? Man, the bite completely slowed down over here. I'm going to drop the bait right here by the bridge and just let it float back. The water ain't moving too awful fast, but I tried to find the minnows that I had before. I tried to find them earlier, but I don't know where they went. I need to get this worm out there just past the edge of right there. and then let it sit. You know, I caught a big bluegill here yesterday. I mean, a big one. So that thing was bigger than the palm of my hand, and I got a pretty big hand. Also caught a largemouth yesterday. Fried them up. We're gonna eat them later on. I'm gonna try to invest in, you know, like a little boat or something. A throw net. I made some musky baits too. Y'all stay tuned for that. If I had known we was coming over here, I'd have brought them with me. I didn't even think about it. Stupid me. They're hanging on the wall because I just made them like last night. Just made them. I have a pink and green. It's an old South Bend white rooster tail that my dad had that's completely rotted away. I just took and bought some feathers. I have the South Bend rooster tail of pink and green, and I think we have a Muskie Innovations Grim Reaper that is brown, yellow, and black, you know, like natural colors. I need to put more super glue on. I need to put super glue on that, and then we'll throw it out and try it. I didn't think to bring them, but I would try them. Guys, when I get time and the water goes down a little bit more, did my worm just come off? I think it did. No, but I'm gonna put more worm on here. That way something will be interested. Man, these worms are completely shot all to heck. There's also hair. Why hair's in the worms, I don't know. But we're gonna put more weight on here, toss her out, and see what that. Guys, if you do enjoy my content, I'm not gonna be one of these YouTubers, you know. Please subscribe, please subscribe. That ain't me. If you truly enjoy my content and want to see more, you know, subscribe. Turn on your notifications that way, because I post content regularly. It's not consistent, but it's, you know, pretty much regular content. I'm just a small town creator, you know, just trying to make a living on YouTube. I love this kind of stuff. You know, just the sounds of nature, being able to come out here and fish, do what I love, and enjoy doing it for you guys. See if we're still recording, yeah. You know, I just enjoy this stuff. We're waiting on a bite right now. I don't know what happened to the bluegill. They completely slowed down. I hope I didn't hook it on tree again. No. I'm going to try to drop it right here by the wall and see what happens. Right there. Man, I thought I had a bite. But yeah, if y'all enjoy my content, just make sure to, you know, whatever. If you enjoy it, truly enjoy it, subscribe, you know. I'm not going to tell you to, but that's your, you know, prerogative. Like, I try to put as much content as I can for you guys, you know, try to make it as interesting as possible, as I can do it, as I can make possible. And if you all really enjoy it, you know, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man, and I love you all because you all show your support for me. Oh, that was a bite right there. Darn. Guys, slow bite today. I was getting ready to tie my bass bait back on. I have a culprit green black belly worm. The bite is very, very slow today. Why, I don't know. It's just very slow. So I'm going to throw this worm over there and see what happens. But I thank you all so much. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to, subscribe or whatever, and I'll see you in the next one.